Sir, I am new here.
So today we are going to learn about binary addition. As we all know that the computer systems, the entire digital technology, it's about binary number system. They do not know any other operations or any other number system. And we human beings, we are comfortable with decimal number system. We know how to utilize or represent something using decimal number system. We know how to add them, subtract them, multiply and divide them. But to understand the same thing or to understand how the computer works properly, we need to understand how binary system is utilized in computers. Also, we need to know about different number systems, their conversions, all these details we need to understand about. Apart from that, the binary arithmetic also it's play very important role in understanding of computer or digital systems. Anybody who is planning to study computers or have a successful career there, they need to know how binary arithmetic is handled. So when you are talking about binary arithmetic, we are basically talking about four operations. We are talking about how to handle binary addition, how to handle binary subtraction, binary multiplication, and binary division. Now, these three topics, they will not be taught in this syllabus. They are outside the scope of this book. But this binary addition, we have to learn. So, as we know, the normal addition, the rules are very much alike in binary additions also. But there are few exceptions here and there. We all know that binary numbers means we are talking about digits or numbers which are made with 0 and 1. Entire binary digits, they are part of 0 and 1 only. So either the cases are there that you will be adding a 0 with 0 or a 0 with 1 or a 1 with 0 or 1 with 1. These are the four different possibilities that may come up when somebody is trying to add two binary numbers together. Binary numbers, they are made up of binary digits, and binary digits, they are made up of 0 and 1 only. हमारे पास binary digit में only we are having 0 and 1. So possible combination or possibilities are that you will have to add 0 with 0, 0 with a 1, 1 with a 0, or 1 with a 1. So what will be the rules here? When you are adding a 0 with a 0, the answer will be 0. Very simple. Like a normal mathematics, it is being utilized here. 0 plus 0 is a 0. Again, 0 plus 1 is a 1. Normal mathematics. Nothing very fancy here. 1 plus 0 is also 1. Normal mathematics. Nothing very fancy. Now you see here, 1 plus 1, there are many methods of understanding this. The rule says when you are adding a binary 1 with another binary 1, then 1 plus 1 is always 0 with a carry 1. This is the result of sum and this is the carry of the sum. And answer is 1 and 0. Another method of understanding is that 1 plus 1 is always 2. In normal mathematics, 1 plus 1 is 2, which is in binary is 1, 0. So this is how we can understand these four rules. 1 plus 1, if there will be two bits having one value, then it will be 1, 0. Now 1 plus 1, if there will be three binary digits, how to handle it? I will show it very simply. 1 plus 1 plus 1, three digits are there. So we will start with two bits only. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. So we will write 0 and we will take a carry 1. Carry I can write here. Now again 1 plus 1, it is 0, that you can write with a carry 1. Carry will go on this side, it is 1. And then 0 plus 0 is 0 itself. So it will be 1 and 1. The final answer that you will be getting is 1, 1. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. And then you are adding 1 to it. So it will be 1, 1. Now this summary of the rules. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 1, 0. 1 1 1 is 1 1 with a carry 1. So these are the rules that we are going to utilize and do some binary calculation, binary addition. For example, see, we are having 1 1 1 and 1, and we are having 1 0 1 1. One more 1 is there. Now you see 1 plus 1, this is 0 with a carry 1. Now 1 plus 1, we know that it's a 1 with a carry 1. Again 1 plus 1 will be 0 with a carry 1. 3 ones are here. It will be 1 with a carry 1. 1 plus 1 will be 0 and a carry 1. So it will be 1 0 1 0 and 1 0. Suppose this is my number 1 1 1 0 0 and 1 1 0 1 0. So these two 0 plus 0 will be 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 plus 1 is a 0 with carry 1. So 0 is written here, carry is written here. Now 3 ones are there, and we know that rule 1 plus 1 is 1 with a carry 1. So I have written 1 here, and carry I can take it here, and then I can write here as 1. Answer will be 1 1 0 1 1 0. Now we can use some other method also. Suppose I do not remember these rules. I am not aware about these rules, and I have to add two binary numbers. So another method is that you change the binary numbers into equivalent decimal numbers. Suppose these numbers are there. This question we are having 111 and 11011. So we know that 1111 is 15 and 11011 is 27. You need to convert it into decimal and then add into decimal. 15 plus 27 is 42, and then convert that decimal into binary, which will be 101010. So this is also a method how we can convert or add two binary numbers together. So in this number, we are having 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and 1, 1. And then the lower digit or the second digit is 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, and 0, 1. So how we are proceeding ahead for this addition? Now this is 1 plus 1. So our second last rule will be utilized. 1 plus 1 is a 0 with a carry 1. 1 0 is the answer, where 0 you have to write here and carry will come here. So 1 carry I have written here. Now we are having 1 here and one more 1 is there, and then 0 is there. So 1 1 again it will become 0, and there will be a carry 1 which is written here. Now it will be having 3 ones now. Now we are having 3 ones, so it will have a 1 with a carry 1. So this answer is 1 written here, and carry is here 1. Now this is 1 0 and 0, so it will directly come here as 1. Now this 1 plus 1, it will be 0 with a carry 1. So carry is written here. Now 1 0 and 1 is there, so two ones are there. Again 0 with a carry 1, I have written it here. Now 1 and 1, again 2 1 are there with a 0, so it will be 0 with a carry 1. Now this carry and this all are zeros, so 1 plus 0 will be 1, and our answer will be 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 0. So these are the rules which are related with binary addition. And now I'll be giving few questions that you practice and you tell me the answers. Now you see, students, apart from addition of numerical data, our computer, they used to handle so many types of processing. They used to handle alphabets, they used to handle different kind of symbols. Now, how computer recognizes them, what exactly you are typing, what exactly is being written. So for each one of them, symbols or characters, they are having different codes. A computer must utilize a encoding scheme which is predetermined set of code, and there are multiple schemes that we can choose from. So among those schemes, some schemes has to be finalized, and the entire inputting of symbols or values or data has to be done using that scheme itself. Whenever a key is pressed on the keyboard then sends the code of the key according to the encoding scheme. When you are typing, suppose you are using a word processor software and you keep on typing different things, but computer does not send the same data. When you type A, the computer sends a signal 65, which is hexadecimal code for A. And then computer uses that value 65. But when it is sending that same value on the output screen, it will be again translated in the form of a symbol, because we as a user are able to understand only recognizable symbols which we are using in different languages, in different systems. We cannot understand the signals or binary values. So for that, a computer uses different type of encoding schemes. And encoding schemes, what exactly it is? It is set of symbols and corresponding values, corresponding signals. If you are pressing A, then how it has to be transformed and transported inside the computer. If you are pressing a question mark, what value has to be sent from the keyboard to the CPU. So all of these are decided by the encoding schemes. And most popularly, we are using ASCII, Unicode, and ISCII. We'll be learning all of them one by one. The very first coding scheme is ASCII code. It's called American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It's a very big abbreviation, but it will tell you everything about it. It's a American Standard Code for Information Interchange. It was developed in USA, so it is based on America. It's a standard code for what? For information interchange. When you are providing the information and that information is being interchanged inside the system and then worked upon and then again interchanged in the form of a data which I can recognize. So this ASCII coding scheme, this is part of most of the microcomputers and mini computers. Basically, this ASCII code, it is a 7-bit code. Now, when you say 7-bit code, it means that maximum number of symbol that you can represent is 2 to the power of 7, which is 128. Now, you must be asking how I come to know that if 7-bit is used, there will be 2 to the power 7 type of numbers, because you see, I am saying that ASCII is a 7-bit number. First bit, second bit, third bit, fourth bit, fifth, sixth, and seventh. These are 7-bit ASCII number. Now for this particular bit, either I can put a 0 here or I can put a 1. There are no other choices. Either I can put a 0 there or a 1. So I have got 2 choices for this bit. Similarly, for every 7-bit, we are having only 2 options from which I can choose from. I can either put a 0 there or I can put a 1 there. So how many options we are having all together? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 7 times is equal to 2 to the power of 7 is equal to 128 symbols. General probability and permutation and combination. You have studied it in class 10. So if a ASCII code is having 7-bit, then it can represent 128 different type of symbols. Now this is more than enough to represent all the standard keyboard characters. In our keyboard, there are not more than 108 symbols or characters. So we are having 120 different symbols, more than sufficient to enter all the values from the keyboard. Now here in this list, you will see all the codes here. Characters are written here. It's 7-bit ASCII value is given there. In decimal, what is their value? In octal, what is their value? In hexadecimal, what is their value? So depending upon the scheme used, we are using ASCII. So these values will be utilized. If you will be pressing D, then this value will be sent to CPU and this value will be processed. If CPU is getting a value, say this one, this number it is getting in some processing, then it will understand that it has to work with Y. Somewhere it has to work with Y. So this is how the ASCII values are utilized. One example is also given here. The following message is encoded in ASCII. What is the message? So you have to see the table where this value is written. So it must be for verify what values are there. Convert this 7-bit code into hexadecimal equivalent. First, we are converting it into hexadecimal by checking the 4-4 bit from the right hand side. So it will be 48. This is 45, 4C, and 50. Now locate these hexadecimal values in the table and then you write the code. For example, 48, where it is written, (48). This is hexadecimal 48. It is for H. So first symbol is H. That way you have to find values for all the symbols and your corresponding message is help that we are getting. One more example is there. An operator is typing in a basic program at the keyboard of a certain microcomputer. The computer converts each keystroke into ASCII code and stores the code in memory. Determine the code that will enter in the memory when the operator types the following statement. Go to 25. So we have to check what is the code for G in ASCII, O for ASCII, T for ASCII, and O. Go to for G, for O, for T, and for O. This is given in the table. Very simple. For space, because there is a space after go to, there is a space here. So for this space, we have to write 0100 and 000, 7-bit. Then 25 is the number. For 2, this is the ASCII code. For 5, this is the ASCII code. So altogether, this value, this 7 bits of number will go inside the computer and enter all the data in the form of binary. Now, one more important thing to understand, this ASCII coding scheme, it is extended and it can offer a 8-bit solution also, where every symbol is represented using 8 bits and not in the form of 7 bits. And that is called extended ASCII. Now, next code that after ASCII 7, we are having an extended version of ASCII, which is called ASCII 8 or extended ASCII. In this one, in place of 7-bit of representing the data, we use 8-bit representation. Every bit is represented using 8-bit of binary data. So now, if somebody asks you why we are doing from ASCII 7, we are moving to ASCII 8, what was the reason? So see, earlier we are having 7-bit, so we are having 2 to the power 7 symbols or values. Now we are having 8-bit, so this is 2 to the power 8 symbols. And earlier we are having 128 symbols. Now 256 symbols can be entered using the computer coding scheme. 128 for some symbols. If you will try to add Latin, if you try to add other African dialect, this will prove you little insufficient. At some point of time, 128 symbols, they will prove a little inefficient. Now 256, now the character set will become bigger. What you can insert inside a computer system into the form of binary, that number is increased. So accommodate 128 new numbers, we are using ASCII 8, which is called extended ASCII or ASCII 8 coding scheme. Now, after that, we'll be learning about ISCI, which is the full form for Indian Scripts Code for Information Interchange. Indian Scripts Code for Information Interchange. Now, ISCII code is basically developed by India itself, so that we can utilize computer for representing or entering different Indian languages also. Mostly you will see that all the keyboards, all the softwares, they used to work with general English. But nowadays there is a very big craze of using things in our own dialect. Maybe I like to use Facebook in our Hindi language. Maybe somebody wants to do that in Odia itself. Somebody else would like to do it in Tamil, Telugu, Bhojpuri, and whatsoever. So how it will be possible? So for making that possible, we are having ISCII code. And these codes, they provide us means to enter data or symbols in our computer system using Indian code language, Indian Standard for Information Interchange. Now this is also a 8-bit code and capable of coding 256 characters. Now this ASCII code, ISCII code, it retains all the ASCII character and offers coding of Indian scripts also. Whatever is there in ASCII, it is all together is there in ISCII code. Apart from that, it is also having provision for giving data or entering data in Indian languages also. All GIST products are based on ISCII. Whatever GIST product, basically GIST, it means software development, which is done through the Indian government, and related technologies, they use ISCII code. Also, ISCII has been developed by IBM for PC-DOS, Apple for ILK, and several other companies. They are also utilizing this code for increasing the capability of their computers. For IBM, for PC-DOS based computer, Apple for ILK based computers, they are having provision of entering Indian languages also. Also, ISCII has been made mandatory for data being collected by organization like the Election Commission and the project like the Land Records Project. So everything which is being done in India in the form of or in the sphere of IT, they provide the provision of using ISCII coding schemes, so that Indian dialect, Indian languages, they also part of the digital movement which is happening all around us.